I'm an artist. You're an artist. We are all artists. So let's get started by drawing a sketch. We're gonna basically draw an outline of Godzilla. It's very simple. We're not gonna add any details for now. It's simply a silhouette, an outline. Make every line that I make. We're not even gonna add the spikes on the back, not just yet. And also, you can always pause the video or review any part that you need repeated. Now, I've, for the longest time, wanted to make a Godzilla related video, a tutorial, so here it is, one of my absolute favorite characters, and I hope that you enjoy painting or creating with me today. Please share if you like. Our information is in the description section. So Godzilla, originally named Gojira, was created by Tomoyuki Tanaka, Ishiro Honda, and Eiji Tsuburaya. So as you can see here, I'm drawing the spikes on the back. There's really not much to it. They get a little bit larger in the center of the back, and then they kind of go back to being small towards the tail. After we draw the spikes, let's cut out the stencil. And I also want to mention that our Godzilla right now has no teeth so far. We're going to actually paint those later. So here I have the paper that I'm actually going to paint on. I've protected the surroundings so that the airbrush won't get on anything else. And I'm going to use the colors white and a little bit of black to make a gray color that I use to paint some clouds in the background, sky. Okay, so now let's start thinking about some colors. So rinse off your airbrush, obviously, to clean it from the gray and black paint. And now let's start with some white, some yellow, and a little bit of red too. Now I want to spray these colors mostly below Godzilla's neckline. These colors are for the background. They're also for the foreground. It's gonna indicate the sunlight that we're gonna show when we paint the sun, and also the fire below from all the destruction that Godzilla is causing. So let's use a small brush and some white paint, regular acrylic paint. Let's paint a small sun. Then if you have a hair dryer or you just want to let it dry next to your window so that we can start painting Godzilla himself, the king of the monsters, using the airbrush and the color black. So here we have a Godzilla. Now we want to make sure that he has some sharp teeth, right? So paint those using a small, really small brush and make them nice and small. Godzilla has never been known for giant chompers. Just make them small but pointy. So after you paint the teeth, let's start adding some more details. I'm gonna mix some yellow and red once again, more yellow than red, to make some yellow glare in the sky, mostly around the sun, to make that sunlight strong and rich. And after you do that, add a little bit of white to the mix to make that glare a little bit more bright, because it's gonna be imposed on Godzilla, so you want it to be more noticeable. So now, on a separate piece of paper, we're gonna make another stencil. We're gonna make some buildings. So here I'm using some of my son's Legos and I'm tracing them to make some rectangular shapes. Various shapes that indicate buildings. After I make these stencils, I'm gonna cut them out. Now, we want to make sure we don't paint over the sun that we painted or over Godzilla's face. So strategically place your stencils so that you won't end up painting over anything important. And I'm using the color black to paint the buildings. So when you finish painting the buildings, let it dry for a good 10 minutes. And then add more of that glare, this time around the buildings, on them, on the sides of the buildings, all over in the foreground. And after this, you could initial or sign your painting, you could gift it to someone or hang it up in your favorite room. Well, thanks so much for painting with me. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button so you'll stay up to date and see our latest tutorials and time lapses. Also, check out etherealartsstudio.com and visit our Etsy store.